for coming back in with us. This is your view to the Lowcountry. You probably can tell, as we mentioned in segment 1, that we've got Richard here with Hilton Head Windows and Doors, and this is great. Nice to see you again, back from break, of course.
Yeah.
We have talked a little bit about the showroom, and it's coming along, and right now you kind of feels like you brought the showroom to us.
We do, and we do that, in our in-home appointments. We bring our full-size samples in, let people operate the windows, see what they're made of, as well as maybe look at different extrusions, colors, things like that, so they feel like they can really see what they're buying.
Yes, absolutely.
And give them as wide a selection as possible.
Right. It's really nice to be able to see it in person, and I can imagine bringing it into your space kind of gives it that feel of you could almost kind of picture what it's going to be like. Yeah. So we've got several different types of samples here, and I want to know, what the differences are. Of course, there are sort of pros and cons, I'm sure, for different types. So what are we looking at?
Sure. So on the lower level here, we have 2 of our higher end vinyl products. And on this side here, this is a Windsor product. And its exterior, it's a white vinyl, but the exterior is laminated in black. So this is, think of it like wrapping a car or wrapping a boat. Okay. It's a wrap on the outside to give it black color without changing what happens to the temperature composition of the vinyl itself when it's heated. So really good product here. And then a similar idea here with Sun Windows. Love this company. Just went up and did a plant tour with them in Owensboro, Kentucky, and they're just fantastic. This is their Patriot line. It's a vinyl window with an aluminum cladding, which means the exterior is wrapped in aluminum, and it's an extruded aluminum. Really nice, clean look, but a much less expensive price point because it's a vinyl frame.
Okay.
And you can have a wood, like this one has a wood interior trim. And then these windows are kind of the next step up. Over here we have the Anderson. This is the 400 series. Now, the Anderson E would bring in the aluminum cladding, but this is Clad. The exterior is made with their Fibrex product, which is a cross between vinyl and wood. They use the wood chips from their manufacturing and blend them with vinyl, and it's actually almost 3 times stronger than vinyl on its own. The downside maybe is a little bit with this is you still get those welds that are a little thicker in the corners, unlike the fiberglass that we showed in the last frame where the joints are screwed together.
Right.
And it's a little bit of a finer point, but you get this traditional look with the sill, and that's a double hung, so you have the 2 operational sashes. Really good looking window there. And then this one is maybe my favorite of all. This is the Windsor Legend, which is a hybrid.
Yeah.
So we have a wood interior, just like you have here with the Anderson. The frame of the window is made with vinyl, so anything that's kind of between the walls that might, if there was some sort of water intrusion, it's not going to be wood, it's not going to get wet. And the exterior, this trim piece, is also vinyl, but it's cellular PVC. Okay. That means it's closed foam, so it's solid. And unlike the vinyl that we've shown that has all the different holes and channels. But then it has the aluminum cladding on the outside. So this window as a casement is just absolutely beautiful. I think, like we've talked about, casements are my favorite.
Right.
But you can see the aluminum, you can see the wood interior, and then this part is the cellular PVC vinyl. And this is just a trim piece that we have on the display. But great looking product, and one of my absolute favorites because I think it hits on all 3 really well.
It is a beautiful looking window. It looks like it's extremely functional. And as people are making decisions, is it primarily price point where you are making a decision based on that, or function, a little bit of both?
It can be all of those things. It depends on the homeowner, and that's why we think it's so important to offer the 15 different brands that we offer, and to get into the home and really listen to the customer instead of trying to tell them what they need. Let's listen to what they want, what might work for them, and then tell them how we can source that for them. So Windsor, great brand. They actually have a plant now in North Carolina, so fairly close to us, and we love that they're so close. Love Windsor. Sun, terrific, like I said, out of Kentucky. Everybody knows Anderson. They've been around for years. A fantastic company. Just 3 of the really good brands that we carry.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have all these different options and knowledge, of course, to help us navigate
Right.
sort of what we're going to choose, and that you're able to go sort of visit and see some of this in person. We are going to just talk about this at a little bit more detail after we come back from break, but just to sort of touch on it, maybe tease up to our upcoming guest. Installation makes a huge difference, and we've talked about this, but it's such an important point.
It does. Installation is everything. I use the analogy all the time. You wouldn't ask your dentist or your GP to do your knee replacement,
Exactly.
right? So think of this as the knee joint that you're getting replaced or the new hip that you're getting put in, but who puts it in matters just as much, right, as what they're putting in. So I think that's everything in this business, and that's why we're able to offer the best warranty in the area. And so, it's hard to compare apples to apples, but when you do, price sometimes isn't the most important thing when you think about value.
Absolutely.
That's what we encourage all our customers to look at.
Right, and having that warranty and just backing from that really gives you, just that safety net, and also just knowing that you've got a reputable product company and you're going to be in good hands. We have a guest for you that knows that firsthand. We'll share with you why after the break, so we hope you'll stick with us here on your View to the Lowcountry.